Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how to play Pit on Inferno. And first of all I'm gonna show you how to play it like normally, and then I'm gonna show you some ideas to play it aggressive, mostly with a mate, and then I'm gonna show you how to play it defensively out in the pit area, and then at last I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on playing pit and some things you can do when playing pit. So the most normal thing is to do when you're playing apps is to go up here, and when the clock hits 1:42, then you need to molly or nade or something like that, because that will be time with when they arrive up in apps. Then after that, something you can do is to spray here and spray here, just to try to get some wallbangs in if anybody's there. And the wallbang down here can be pretty effective with this molly, because if you're playing at a low level or something like that, then people will sometimes go in this corner and hold it like this, and you'll sometimes get a kill with spraying through this wall, but mostly when it works in low level. But if you're solo, then you doesn't need to do anything more aggressive than this. You can only throw the molly at the beginning, do some spray, and then you need to fall back out on balcony, because there's no need to be more aggressive. Then you can fall back to a plenty different positions. One position I like, if I have a UG or AK, then this headshot angle, where I just hold your crosshair here, and when they come you can just shoot them in the crosshair, and most people are gonna pick this angle like this or something like that and won't be expecting this angle. And if you have an AK or something, then you can just headshot and get a free kill. So that's a more aggressive angle towards apps and can get you a free kill. And the important thing is that you shoot once and then you fall back. No need to stand and spray there, because then they're gonna swing in you like this and pre-fire you, and it's just gonna lose the advantage of surprise. So shoot at least one guy and then just fall back. Then there's some other places you can play on the balcony. You can play up here. If you have a AUG, or if you want to play more defensive, play this angle, where you also can hold short if you don't have a short guy. Then if you have a SMG, you can play this pretty powerful angle, where you stand here, and most people won't be ready for it. They were gonna swing out like this, and you're just gonna stand right here, and if they come short, you can get this powerful angle too. So if you don't have so much utility and only have a SMG, then this is a pretty powerful position. They can also play something like this, but that's a more defensive way of playing. You can also play under Hebel, but then you need the guy short, and some places on side. But that's more aggressive places to play. And if you want to play a bit defensive, you can fall back to positions like this. This is a pretty good one, where you're just staying crouched here, because the guy short can't see you unless they go up here. So it's a pretty powerful position to stand here and hold apps, and you can maybe get teammates to flash you out short and peek like this, but you still a lot of time. And if you have a guy holding short, then you can also fall to this position, where they will block any flashes trying to blind you up here. And many people will get caught off guard, especially by that position, because people don't pre-fire this. That's more the defensive positions, and you can also just play under the balcony. Then if you want to go aggressive towards apps, then you most time need a teammate, and you can do some different setups. You can do one setup where you have an AWP here holding the left side, another guy holding the right side. You can get a more aggressive setup where you have maybe a guy here holding down there, and a guy here holding the other side from apps and playing crossfire like this. But you doesn't want to stay in this position. This is something you can do maybe the first 20 seconds of the round, and then you need to fall back, because then they can push up mid and stuff like that, and you can get caught easily. And you can also just push much fast down here and maybe get AWP to hold this angle, and you have a rifle with you. And that's some aggressive setup. You can also boost and boiler, but that's more like also a short play. If you want to play pit defensive, then one of the most important things is you hold your smoke for as long as possible as a pit player, because when you're playing pit, it's so important that you stay alive, especially if your teammates out mid die too and they come towards you. It's so important to just throw the smoke and play around it and play for time. You can sometimes go peek like this, or play defensive like this, or peek around like this. Just the smokes allow you to stay alive so much more, and maybe takes 10 seconds of the clock to get your B rotation around. And when you're smoking here, you can also, if you have a molly pit, or molly apps, and one of the best flashes I know is to just throw a flash at this door right there and peek it, because it's almost a pop flash you can do just by yourself. So if you want to peek short, just throw a flash up there, turn on it and peek it, and it's a pretty OP flash. But when you're playing pits, especially when there's not much time left, just save your smoke for this, because you also get their mollies. You can also, if you show the smoke, go fast over to small pit and play some crossfire positions. And that's mostly about how playing a defensive and aggressive pit. And I'm gonna show you some tips you can do. And one thing you can do is like a mid retake. If you doesn't have mid and want to retake mid, and you have much agility on pit, then you can go in this corner here. You can aim at this dot right here and just do a jump throw, stand into this barrel, aim on top of this antenna and jump, and just do a normal throw. And smoke will smoke mid, and the flash will flash your teammate forward short. So it's good if you have lost some control and want to retake it. Another nade you can do, another thing you can do is throw this nade, where it's gonna nade out here, and I think you need to throw it about 142 again, or like 144, and you just need to go on this barrel, and when the clock hits 144, just aim at top of this this line, and just run until you hit the window, and jump throw, and the nade will land out here. You can mix up with some lineup. If you go more close and aim a little bit more up and throw like this, you can get some better nades to land here, but just something around here, and you can try to experiment it yourself what the nade works best for you. And sometimes when you're playing pit, you can also stand in this position, and a good play you also can do is if you have a guy holding apps from here, and you have another guy up here with a rifle, then he can shoot the first guy, go back here and flash the other guy forward. And another powerful position you can play if you are playing heavy towards mid is you can play this position here, where you're holding on top of here, because many people will go out and clear this first, and you can get them in the back. And that's most of me playing pit and how to play pit. Hope some of these tips and plays can help you, and see ya.